Hey guys, how's it going? This is Jamil Cruz with Leaders Make Leaders on the channel, where we believe that success is measured by the impact you make on others. And today, guys, we are really excited. I am really excited to kind of share with you guys a few things. I've had this channel for a while. I haven't really used it, because I utilize other social media networks. But I figure, if we have it, why not utilize it? Let's just not be taking up internet space. Might as well just use it and give you guys as much value as we can. And so, we want to start today, first of all, by, thanking all of you beautiful people that are going or get to watch and, follow us along this journey into the coming years, into the future. Guys, today I want to talk to you guys about two topics, two very interesting topics that are taking the world by surprise, kind of. Number one being, the market, right? There's the current situation in the market. Talking about what's happening with the crisis that we're living in today, with this pandemic. I think that's the correct word for it, for this pandemic, that it is a coronavirus, which is making people, get sick. Some people have died, unfortunately. But more than that, it's affecting everything else around us, include our economy. So I want to talk a little bit about that, and then I'm going to finish up and close it up with a very interesting topic to me, that it has to do with business, right? Especially and particularly for those of you guys that are on a business where it's kind of like a multi-level marketing company. You're working on direct sales, business to business, or you're self-employed. People in those situations, I think that the last part of the video, the second part of the video, it's going to be very good for you. I think you're gonna enjoy it a lot. It might be very helpful more than anything. And guys, for those of you that watch all the way to the end, I'm going to give you a code that you have to post, some instructions that you will post at the very end, and I will be giving away a book, okay, called The 1 Minute Manager, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about that book at the very end. I'll go ahead and post it. This is not a sponsored video. This is just me giving back, just the way that I've been given, and hopefully you guys enjoy. All right, guys, and we are back, to talk about, first and foremost, the market current situation. Now, before I start talking about investments and things like that, which is kind of what we're going to touch about, a full disclaimer, guys, I am not, I repeat, I am not a licensed, or fully licensed financial advisor. What I mean by that is, I am not licensed in the securities industry. However, I do have a lot of knowledge because of experience and readings that I do, and dealing with people and clients and seeing, different types of security situations when it comes to investments out there. So I'm just going to be giving you my opinion. This is not a recommendation. This is not an advice. This is just me telling you what I think, what I feel, what I know based on my experience. And I hope, guys, that you guys can utilize this information and then maybe make better informed decisions about your future when it comes to preparing for retirement, okay? And so to get started with that, guys, the first thing that I want to talk about is, or the first thing that I want to say for those of you guys out there is, if you have been affected by the coronavirus, we know that this is there's an outbreak out there. Things are happening. Some people have died. Our hearts are with you. I really do feel for you. I know the situation could not be worse. It's not pleasant. The fear of what will happen, what could happen. So if you've been affected by this very sad sickness, this very sad virus out there, our hearts and our prayers are out to you. We really hope that you get better, that you pull through. We know you are. We live in an amazing world with a magnificent God, and He's going to deliver for all of us. He's gonna get us out of this situation just like he has done in the past. And with that being said, we're gonna talk a little bit about what's going on right now in the economy and with the market, with the coronavirus situation going on, right? As you guys might have seen, just in the last 7 or 8 days, the trends in the markets have completely radicalized. What we knew to be true in the past has completely been overwritten with the situation that we're in right now. When you're being trained, I'm studying for my investments, for my securities license, and one of the things that they teach you on the book is the correlation between stocks and bonds and how they affect each other. When one is down, the other one is typically up, and the sort. And we're in a market right now where everything is down because of the situation. And so I want to talk to you about that because this might be a little uncharted territory for some people. You might have never heard or something like this happening in the past, and you might be fearful of your money, your retirement, your money, things that are happening. And so I want to give you my perspective on what's going on, guys. So first of all, the one thing that you need to understand is that regardless of your position right now in the market, the one thing that every single person that listens to me today needs to understand is that you should be investing right now, okay? You should be putting money into the global economy, into the market. Find a good advisor that can help you do those things. If you don't have one, reach out to me. I work with great people that are fully licensed in the industry that can help you start your way into a path of financial independence for the future by you taking steps today that can help you achieve that. Now, that being said, guys, the one thing that we know for sure is this. A lot of people are fearful of what's going on in the economy because the market trends, because people are buying like crazy. They're going out there and emptying shelves because of the fear of what's going on. And just remember one thing, guys, this is not the first time that something like the coronavirus has happened. Maybe it hasn't happened at the scale that we are seeing it nowadays. And I like to disagree with that because I think that what's happening now more than ever, it's because we have social media, because we have platforms just like this one that I'm talking to you on today. People can now have more access to what's going on around the world, and then because of that, their emotions get taxed. They get taxed emotionally more easily than before, when maybe you had to wait for the midnight news to hear an update on what's going on in the world. And so now everybody has that at the tip of their hands, right? The tip of their fingertips, right? And because of that, because you have it on your fingertips, you can make decisions in a matter of seconds based on what you hear that's happening on the other side of the world. And so that affects investing in a huge way, guys. Because look, the reality about investing money and people that are invested, it's that we are emotional creatures, and when you invest, you typically invest from an emotional standpoint. What do I mean by that? When you go and you invest, especially if you have a person that's great at selling and they're great advisors and they do their job right, their job is to paint a picture for you that in the future you will be able to hold, and it's going to be tangible, right? In the case of our business, our advisors in our company, we they always talk about how in the future, if people follow the strategy, we cannot guarantee what the numbers that they see, but based on history and projections, we can give them a pretty accurate representation of what's going to happen with their investment. And that gets people really excited, because when you know that if you're disciplined enough to put money every single month into an account, and a few years, 20, 30 years down the road, there's going to be a 10 times greater reward for you. It's just a no-brainer, right? You gotta jump into that kind of opportunity. And so a lot of people do that. They just jump in because they see the value of having it. Where the issue is that when we get into the topic of investing, because all of the investments are typically a picture that is sold about the future, about what it's going or could happen, if you maintain discipline, people decide to say, you know what, I'm going to be rich, I'm going to be wealthy, this is going to happen with my money because I'm invested. But because they're so emotionally attached to the result of their money, the moment they hear something bad in the media, they immediately assume that everything that their advisor told them was a lie, that everything is going to collapse, and that their money is going to be lost. Now, this could happen for a plethora of reasons. The most, common one is that they heard it from someone else that heard it from someone else. So it's not based on things that have happened to them, but things that have happened to other people, because maybe they didn't have the correct advice, right? The right kind of advice when they were investing, and maybe they did lose some money. And so because of that, they take someone else's experience, they make it their own, they become fearful of what's going on, and then all of a sudden they make irrational decisions that end up making them lose money. Now, on the other side, you have the people that have had experiences happen to them, right? They've had a situation happen to them, and then because of that, they are fearful because they don't want to repeat the same mistake. But the one thing that I always find common when it comes to people that invest money, especially those that have lost money, and I go and ask them is, look, when you made this decision to pull out of the market, did you consult with someone? Did you consult with your advisor before you made that move? And I'm telling you guys, out of 10 people that I asked this question to, 8 of them will tell me no. They said, look, I did not consult with my advisor. I did not consult with nobody. I just kind of saw what's going on and I pulled the money out. And that was the biggest mistake that someone could do. Because look, if your advisor is good, he will be able to see if this is something that is salvageable, meaning that, you could take whatever money you do have and you can move it from one place to another and you still are invested, or invested in the market. Or, they could say, look, this is not going to recoup based on the way that we're seeing. I don't know, maybe the company declares bankruptcy, etc. And there's other ways for you to recuperate some of your money, legal things, by the way, if you are an investor, especially if you are a bond holder of a company. If you have the ventures that you bought from that business, which means they raise capital from you whenever they liquidate a company, then people that have stocks, they're invested, they get their investment back, or sometimes partial of that investment. And then people that have the ventures, they can get their money back through other things like physical items, right? Liquidating inventory and things like that. And so because of that, guys, you can almost always, I'm not gonna say always, but almost always know that your investment, it's not totally lost. But in order for you to be able to make that decision on the heat of the moment, when you're reading that everything is collapsing, that the world is going to end, that this pandemic is gonna put us all in a quarantine, it's to reach out to your advisor and ask your advisor, hey, about this, what do you think? What's your opinion? Should I pull out? Should I move? Are you doing something already to mitigate me losing the money? And if it's not something that is too crazy, like what's going on right now, guys, which is really not too crazy, it just sounds more crazy than it is because of the media and the social media particularly. He will tell you, look, write it out, this will recover, and then you go from there. Now, I'll tell you this, I'm a fan of mutual funds. I understand them. I have been exposed to them. I understand how stocks work, like a one-to-one stock, when you buy common stock from a company. But I also understand how mutual funds work, and I really enjoy the way that they're structured, because usually you're not putting all of your eggs in one basket with a mutual fund. And what's happening is, the more companies you have in your fund, the more diversified you are, the less risk of you losing money is, or at least the least amount of money you will be lost in your account, because it is so diversified. And so you taking that into consideration, knowing that your money is spread out in different industries, different companies, it doesn't matter what happens, you're always going to have a way of recouping the money if you're smart about it. what's happening with a lot of people is they're saying, look, you know what, I'm afraid this thing doesn't look like it's going to get any better. And so what they do is they start selling whatever they have because they want to get at least something out of it. And usually they sell on the lowest parts of the economy. See, this is a good example that I can always give, and it might make sense to you. When you buy a house, do you buy a house when the market is up or when the market is down for housing, right? Just go ahead and drop your answer in the comment below, and while you do that, I'm gonna go ahead and give you my opinion, right? If I was to buy a house, I'm not gonna go buy a house when it's at the peak of its price. I'm going to wait until the price regulates and drops, and when I see that it's lower than the current price, I will make a determination whether I go ahead and buy the house at that moment, or if I wait a little more and see if it's gonna drop even further. Now look, you gotta be smart. If you're gonna buy a house, for instance, and I'm not in real estate, but if you see that the house is going down in value, then you might want to wait a little bit. Don't wait too much, because if you wait too much, then it might go back up in value, and then all of a sudden you miss your window. But if you see a significant drop in price, most people that really want to obtain this house, they will go ahead and do the jump and buy it. They'll say, look, I'm going to just get involved and get the house, and risk it, because this is just the time, right? You get more for your buck. Okay, so investing, it's the same. When things are down, you get more for your buck. You get more punch for your buck. The way that you gotta think about investments is this, especially when the market is down. I want you guys to paint yourself a picture. Let's say you guys will go to a store. I'm not gonna use any stores, for copyright purposes or whatnot. I don't want no one to ask me to take the video down because I mentioned their company. But let's say you went on a store, and then all of a sudden that store has a flash sale. I didn't understand what flash sales were until I was part of one, and it's crazy. It's when you're at a store and then all of a sudden they say, for the next hour or so, X product is going to be at a 50% discount, right? So imagine that you're there inside a store, a grocery store, and all of a sudden, right, now with this coronavirus thing, they say, look guys, for the next hour, toilet paper on aisle 3 is going to be 50% off. So anyone that grabs toilet paper for the next hour and pays for it, you're gonna get it at half price. You would go crazy and stock up on toilet paper, because you say, well, if I could get maybe 2 for the price of 1, now that's gonna last me a lot longer, and therefore I don't have to spend more money down the road. Well, when you're going to invest money, you have to think just like that. The problem I see a lot of times is that people are so afraid of investing money that they want to wait and they want to wait and they want to wait to invest money because they want to see that things start going up. But when things start going up, it's if you were going to the store, and then while you're about to walk into the economy, they close the doors. Imagine this, right? You were about to get into the grocery store. They close the doors, right? They lock the doors and they say, sorry, we cannot let you in. We're having a flash sale, and only the people inside the store can take advantage of it. Investing, it's a lot like that. If you are in the market, right, already investing, and all of a sudden things go down because you're already in there, it is a lot easier for you to transfer from one account to another, so you can buy that stock or that portfolio that it's down at that moment, so that when it recuperates, you can make your profits. But if you wait, if you're outside of the store, they announce the flash sale, they lock the doors, you're there standing at the door waiting for the flash sale to end. And then now when you go and buy your toilet paper, you're buying your toilet paper at regular price, or sometimes even more expensive, because now during the flash sale, they sold out on toilet paper. And so when you go back in to buy toilet paper now, it's a high demand for it because it's so scarce now they can charge you whatever amount of money they want. Investing is just like that. When you're in the market and things go down, because you're already in, you can take advantage of that down market. You can buy things at a discount, and when the market recovers, which by the way, like I said at the beginning, the only two guarantees you're going to have in the market, it's they're going to go up and they're going to go down, right? When the market does recover and goes right back up, if you bought things at a discount, now you can sell them back at regular price and you can make your profit on that transaction. Okay, guys, so now on these troubled times where people are fearful of what's going on in the market, in the economy, take advantage of this market downs. Make sure that you call your advisor, and let them know. If you don't have one, give me a call, guys. Make sure that you guys get into debt prevention state of life. I'm in the insurance industry, and so if you don't have protection for your family, more than ever, this is a great opportunity for you to take advantage of the situation and protect yourself, protect your family, because guys, there's nothing better than having the peace of mind that regardless of what happens to you or to the world, your family is going to be taken care of way after you're gone. So, take advantage of these times. Utilize, this information that I've just given you to be smart about how you invest money. Contact your advisor, and if you don't have one, contact me. I'll connect you with one. Trust me. I'm going to gain nothing by referring you to somebody, but I will give you the best person that I know, or the best people that I know that can help you achieve whatever your financial goals are. So guys, that's gonna be for this part of the episode, or this part of the video. The next video is going to be on, again, business practices, and what I mean by that is people, particularly in multi-level marketing, or companies that do direct sales, or self-employed people that like to be jumping from business to business, trying to find the next success, and they never really achieve it because of that jump, and they don't give enough time for things to mature. I'm gonna be talking a little bit about that, my opinion on that topic, and things of that nature. And so, with that being said, guys, I'm going to be closing down the video. Again, this is it. This is the last few minutes. Don't forget, to like, share, and subscribe. Again, this is Leader Makes Leader. My name is Jamil Cruz, and I am your host today. And look, just as I promised, I'm gonna be giving away this book. I'm gonna be picking out only 2 people that will be getting these books. I'll ship it to you and everything. I'll take care of all of that. And only the people that put this keyword on the comments will be entered into the raffle. You guys ready? What do you guys think the word's going to be on this troubled times? Let's see. Yeah, okay. And the word is going to be, it's coming to me. I'm looking around because, as you guys can see, I'm driving, and I'm gonna look for a random word for you guys to put. That way we make this fun. Okay, so the word today is going to be real investments. That's gonna be the key word today. Real investments. Okay, so go ahead and post the words real investments on the comments. We're going to go ahead and pull this together at the end of March. We're gonna pull the 2 winners, and we're going to ship you the copy of this book so that you can utilize it, read it, get better, go out there, change the world, guys. Again, this is Jamil Cruz. This was Leaders Make Leaders. I hope that we brought tons of value. That's the only thing that we want, is to bring you tons of value so that you can improve yourself, improve your life, and improve your communities, guys. Again, stay safe out there. Wash your hands. Don't touch people, right? Keep those physical interactions to a minimum. And with that being said, I'm gonna leave you guys until the next one. Love you all. Take care. Bye-bye.
What you're given, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they politicians, and choose to be an accountant because it's safe in a business, not because they want to do it, just because they heard it pays.